The monstrosity. February 22nd, Police Department entrance. We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Oh, no! Disturbing! Why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright. You sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Oh, God, make it stop! Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger? Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey! I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal! Uh-huh. Definitely. Sure. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I don't have a police badge. 'Cause I'm not a police. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yeah, well, no. Come on, pal, there's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir! Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe? What did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Oh boy. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall is assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal! Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal. This is the detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa! Now I remember! Bruce Goodman! He's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where he found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. He didn't have to be, and yet for some reason he is. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have, Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. He's in a tough spot. Again. Yeah, I think it's, maybe more of an attendance award. He diligently showed up every day. Again? Yeah, again. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal. There have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. I wish that they hadn't mistranslated this, but whatever. It bothers me every single time. Sorry, I'm gonna keep complaining about it. What? But I know the truth, pal! Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. The chief prosecutor thing. It just fucking gets me that they did not distinguish the two jobs. Because, like, in my head, I'm like, haha, well, he does want to become the chief prosecutor, but that's also later on. Well, it's... I mean... Yeah, let me see. Let me take a look and see if there's something else I can just say instead of that, because it's honestly making me a little crazy. It looks like the best way to put it is that the chief prosecutor title for Lana Skye is probably the most correct translation for that, and then later, like so the chief prosecutor that that Red White calls on, and that Miles is later, was like more like director of the office. So I can think about how to do that later, but it's just like, okay. It just really gets to me because, you know, in the text they're both the same thing, but it's like, okay, so Lana's position would be like chief prosecutor, and then the other one is much more of like a chief director, you know, the head honcho. Yeah, I'll think about how I want to approach that when it comes up again later, but the main thing is that it just gives me fucking psychic damage every time. I think that might make the most sense to do, because, you know, because she is in charge of the prosecutors of the office on a smaller scale than that, but he's more like the chief lord prosecutor. Damn it, why does that go hard? That's so funny. He would absolutely hate that. Yeah. I'll think about it. We'll call her chief prosecutor for now. I do just have to bitch about it, sorry. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Oh my god. The worst day of your life. Fucking pain is being obsequious toward you. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is! Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. I was wondering about that. What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece! Great. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger. Fated to dance until he drops. A work of art designed by the Chief of Detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. Blue Badger panel added to the court record. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. You know what? or at least maybe next stream I'll put content warning Blue Badger. Hold on, yeah. Okay. Yep, there we go. So now everyone can consume in an informed manner and gauge the appropriateness of the content for their mental health situation. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try and make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Received from Detective Gumshoe. Allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction added to the court record. I like how there's like something crossed out on the envelope, which just kind of implies that he reused a ratty-ass envelope that he'd already been using for something else. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal! Yeah, how many times have you used that strategy? Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car, and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or do they not have those at your zoo? The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action! Somehow the thought fails to excite me. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it's kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looks like the people on these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. What the fuck point does she have? I'm confused. February 22nd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation's still going. I don't know who's talking. Okay. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Oh, he's fine. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Officer Marshall, could you take a look at this? Whoa, partner. If you're fixing to draw on me, you best be ready for a shootout. You ready to become food for the vultures, compadre? Are you ready, Mr. Wright? Somehow I don't think he's gonna help us. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime. A cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me? I'll watch over them as they sleep. dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment.
He's asleep?
Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Yeah, I reckon. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cowdog. He holding a birthday party or something? Yeah, he's definitely a strange-looking guy. Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me...
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Let's not manifest destiny. I'm not interested in that.
Note to self, police investigations are like settling land.
Well, actually, now that she puts it like that, I think there is actually a great deal of similarity.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction, or letter of invitation, crumpled and discarded. It's all big work. Darn tootin'. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. And I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stabbed to the chest. Fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Goodman's autopsy report added to the court record.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So, there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why I didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector. Yeah, apparently he's doing a lot of fucking heavy lifting.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot?
So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You call me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. With a big iron on his hip.
Huh?
I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So, why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Alright, compadre, count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me never to visit Texas. No, they're not. Texas isn't the land of freaks. This guy is just his own special brand of freak. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Just fucking shoot me. This rope, is it? Yep. They laid it in the outline of the victim's body. Halloween chamber. So, wait. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? That's just a guess. Should we check it out? Right. Let's check it out. Dramatically panning over to the cell phone. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. This phone's still on the redial screen. Listen, if you really want me to, I can grab it later. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. Whatever. Let's check this phone out. Sorry, I thought you were fucking ancient. I thought that you'd never seen a phone before in your life. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self. A defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Hey, that song! I know that! Hey, what's going on over there? What? Ah! Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody, right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh? That? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner! Uh-oh. I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Cell phone added to the court record. Yeah, according to Marshall, at least. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. I'll think about it. Bring me some water and I'll think about it. I'm getting a little tired, so I don't want to push it too far, but we'll see. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah. Prosecutors get the big bucks. Especially Edgeworth. B block is through there. That's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine.
Cannibal cow.
Yeah. It has many such cases. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look! Something's written on it. You're right. Let's see. 67S122. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I mean... She's not wrong. There's nothing incorrect about what she said. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Goodman's note added to the court record. Yeah, he would. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, he would probably start by flipping the note upside down. And then that would make it pretty easy. Meanwhile, Phoenix has to be told to look at things from a different angle. By a dead person. Yes, of course. It specifically has to be a dead person. Yeah, you're right! But what if I want to talk to you about the evidence? My sister's cell phone. The last time it was used was 5:18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night? Why did Lana make that call? So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say.
One person?
Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina, Chief Prospector Lana Skye.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals.
What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth?
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is, you know, the big one, the massive wrinkle, somewhat of an obstruction to the job I'm trying to do, that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma,
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. Property of Lana Skye. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Cell phone updated in the court record. The detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here.
Well, that is just perfect. That is ideal.
There's no reason to try to barrel through this case and all its complications and length and, just the way that it is. I'm so glad that we hit a to be continued screen. That's perfect. This will give us a great place to pick it up on Sunday. I'll stream at the normal time next week that I'm supposed to stream. Thank y'all so much for turning up. I've made pretty good headway on video editing. I think I should probably catch up again soon. So, yeah, things have been crazy. Thanks for being patient and cool, and I'll see you guys next week.